Performance Management, Inventory Warehouse in General Bureau, Indonesia Food and Drug Authority by Yovita Tiarini. This is the agenda about Indonesia Food and Drug Authority is an institution in Indonesia tasked with overseeing the circulation of pharmaceuticals and food in the country. Indonesia Food and Drug Authority strives to ensure the safety of drugs, food, and beverages consumed by consumers. And this is vision and mission. The vision, medicine and food are safe, high quality and competitive to create an advanced Indonesia sovereign, independent and has a personality based on mutual cooperation. Mission 1. Building superior human resources related to medicine and food by developing partnerships with all components of the nation in order to improve the quality of Indonesian people. 2. Facilitate the acceleration of the development of the medicine and food business world with support for small and medium business in order to build a productive and competitive economic structure for the nation's independence. 3. Enhancing the effectiveness of supervision over food and drugs, as well as enforcing action against food and drugs crimes through the synergy of central and regional governments within the framework of the unitary states, aims to safeguard the entire nation and provide a sense of security to all citizens. 4. Effective and trustworthy governance management is crucial to providing excellent public services in the field of food and drug administration, ensuring cleanliness and reliability. Performance management by Armstrong defines performance management as the formal assessment and rating of individuals by their managers. In today's competitive environment, performance management is crucial for achieving organizational goals. It involves setting clear objectives, providing regular feedback, and identifying areas for improvement. Job analysis and job design are two very important elements in the context of performance management. Both play a crucial role in understanding, designing, and managing the roles and responsibilities of workers within the organization. And this is organizational structure of Indonesia Food and Drug Authority. Inventory is a part of state-owned assets in General Bureau in the main secretary. General Bureau mandate carry out coordination and management of procurement of goods and service, state-owned assets, household recording management as well as leadership protocols and secretariat. State-owned assets includes all items purchased or acquired using the state revenue and expenditure budget or obtained through other legitimate means. All assets was bought by the state fund, so the state-owned assets is an inseparable part of financial report. This is Asset Management Index, or in Bahasa Indonesia well known as Indeks Pengelolaan Aset, is a performance indicator for asset management in an organization and one of the supporters for good governance. Performance management in Indonesia Food and Drug Authority based on the regulation of the head of Indonesia Food and Drug Authority number 10 on 2020 concerning the implementation of the performance management system for civil servants within Indonesia Food and Drug Authority. There are two performance assessment, 1. Performance, 2. Behavior. Performance, employee work target, or in bahasa known as SKP or sasaran kerja pegawai. Employee performance target planning for each person is made based on cascading data from their supervisor, and the sequence of performance planning is as follows. The first is organizational strategy mapping to linking with the strategic goals, and then development strategic target and key performance indicators by considering the vision, the mission, and goals of the organization. Indicators are determined by taking into SMART C principles: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time-bound, and continuously improve. Key performance indicator determination involves agreement between superiors and subordinates. Performance targets are set as minimum standards of achievement that must be achieved within a certain period. Target setting takes into account various factors such as statutory regulations, stakeholder desires, previous year's realization, and organizational potential. Cascading alignment are done to bring down the strategy's goal, key performance indicator, and targets from the highest to the lowest level in organization. With strategy mapping, key performance indicator, and measurable targets in place, organization can direct their efforts towards achieving strategic objective in an effective and measurable manners. At the beginning of each year, employee performance targets are established tailored to the specific characteristic of the job. In this context, it is related to the field of inventory management, which constitutes an integral part of state-owned assets management. It is duly recorded as the assets of the Indonesia Food and Drug Authority, an inseparable component of the financial statement. B. Implementation. At the outset of each year, the outlined employee performance targets are diligently implemented according to the predetermined timeline. Record keeping is conducted electronically through the electronic application on daily basis. C. Monitoring. To ensure the progress of officers' performance, prevent delays, and identify deviations from the target set at the beginning of the year. Monitoring is conducted every 3 months using electronic application to evaluate the performance achievement of officer. The performance appraiser has the authority to revise or modify the performance target of officer, considering so many factors such as change in position holders, strategies, priorities, error in setting targets, policy change, or other official assignment that may affect goal attainment or specific conditions such as leave or study assignment. And performance monitoring results include recommendation for change, identification of the civil servants issue, and suggestion for performance development through guidance and counseling. The measurement. To measure their performance through electronic application, this is done by work performance objective, comparing the actual achievement with the target in accordance with the established performance planning, and also work behavior, assessing the work behavior. A. Coaching. The aim is to ensure the attainment of performance targets through continuous, guided, and counseling-based performance monitoring. F. Assessment. Performance assessments are conducted quarterly through the electronic application with the periods Quarter 1, January to March, Quarter 2, April to June, Quarter 3, July to September, Quarter 4, October to December. The assessment is based on the performance measurement conducted by the performance appraiser for each person. The evaluation encompasses the following aspects: quantity, quality, time, and cost. Additional task evaluation, if applicable, are also considered. The achievement scores are expressed numerically and categorized as follows: 91 and above, excellent; 76 until 90, good, 61 until 75 satisfactory, 51 until 60 unsatisfactory, 50 and below poor. Performance measurement is conducted based on supporting data indicating performance progress achieved each quarter. And then behavior assessment with the performance behavior indicators are service-oriented, accountable, competent, harmonious, loyal, adaptive, and collaborative, and also using qualitative approach. Performance target, advantages, objective, measurements based on the achievement, focus on goals, helps employee efforts towards achieving organizational goals, measurability and certainty provides clarity about what is expected from each employee, performance is calculated and measured as a team. Disadvantages, employee can only focus on achieving the targets without paying attention to other aspects. Quality measurements will be confusing. If there are competitive goals, this can be create tension among employees. Behavior with 360 assessment advantages, holistic view provides a more complete and holistic picture of a person's performance, give personal development an effective personal development tool as it highlights strengths and weaknesses that may not be visible from one perspective, improve interpersonal relationship, improve interactions and working relationships between employees and helps team collaboration. Disadvantage, subjectivity, and because the survey 360 assessment is delivered using a qualitative approach, it requires more time to fill in the answer description. This is the standard operating procedure for inventory officers. The first one, the officers receive and archive the inventory source documents and then store all the items in the warehouse. And number 3, when the officers receive a request from related working unit, she will distribute the item for the working unit who requests them according to regulation. And the officers will record incoming and outgoing transactions into inventory cards and applications called Sakti. And the officers also making inventory report signed by the inventory management officer and also acknowledged by the head of the working unit. But you have to remember that you need valid document for all transaction. The valid document is like invoices as financial accountability, which is lists all items, quantity, unit price, and total price. And for outgoing transaction, the distribution document is letter of request from another unit, and when you hand over, they will sign the document, and the document is issue letter, and this is the verb. The handover or receiving process. In the main secretariat unit, the process of distributing item involves submitting a request letter with essential details, including the unit's name, request date, item names, unit, and quantity required. The request letter must be signed by the supervisor or someone equivalent official of fourth echelon level. The completed and signed request letter is then given to inventory officer at the State-Owned Assets Management section of General Bureau. It is emphasized that hard copy request letters are mandatory for processing. Failure to provide them will result in non-processing of the request. Upon receipt of the hard copy request letter, the inventory officer prepares the all requested supplies within 1 to 3 days and records in a issued letter. The issued letter includes details such as the requesting unit names, request letter receipt dates, item names, unit, quantity issued letter date, and signature of the warehouse personnel and the recipient. The prepared items are handed over based on the signed issued letter document. If the unit not collected within 7 days from the issued letter date are considered cancelled. If the unit still requires the item, a new request can be submitted with a new request letter. Stock taking. Stock taking procedure. 1. Notification and preparation. A notification will be issued 1 month in advance, informing our working unit in the main secretary about the upcoming stock taking schedule for June or December. 2. Every working unit is responsible for reviewing and organizing its respective inventory before the stock taking dates. 3. Documentation and record verification. To ensure that all relevant documentation such as purchase orders, invoices, and delivery receipts is up to date and readily available. Verify and reconcile physical stock against existing records to identify any discrepancies. 4. Identification of damaged and expired item. To identify and segregate damaged or expired items for proper disposal or recording. 5. Coordination with State-Owned Assets Management Administrator. Working unit will coordinate with the inventory management team to address any discrepancies, update records, and receive guidance on stock adjustment procedures. 6. Stock taking execution on the specific dates, June 30 on December 31st. Physical stock counting will be conducted by designated team in each working unit. 7. Verification and adjustment. Compare the physical count with the existing records and identify any variance. Adjust stock records accordingly, noting any discrepancies found during the stock taking process. 8. Supervisor review and approval. After stock adjustment, departmental supervisor will review and approve the updated inventory records. 9. Final reporting. A comprehensive report summarizing the stock taking results, adjustment made, and any recommendation for process improvement will be prepared. 10. Archiving documentation. All the supporting documents including stock counts, sheets, adjustment records, and supervisor approvals will be appropriately archived for the future reference. 11. Follow up the actions. Any follow-up actions such as reordering item or disposal of damaged item will be initiated based on the stock taking results. And 12. Continuous improvement. evaluate the stock-taking process, and implement improvements based on feedback and identify areas for enhancement. This inventory stock-taking procedure ensures the accuracy of inventory records, identify discrepancies, and support effective inventory management. The needs that has not been fulfilled, I think automation process using technology to real-time tracking items so the process can be automated to improve efficiency, and I think to improve reporting analysis. I think there is a need to improve the reporting about consumption per working unit to make it easier for analysis and recording data system. The next step, number 1, system implementation using additional technologies. 2, upgrading warehouse implementation system using technologies to be more active and attractive to ensuring the system is easily accessible and usable by the personnel, and also if the current system can scale to accommodate the future growth, plan for additional technology or process enhancement to support increased inventory volume, or maybe for cost saving through the process optimization or technology upgrades. Number 2, employee training about skill inventory to improve their skills, assess the skills of the inventory control team and identify any gaps in knowledge or training, determine if the team is familiar with the latest or the newest inventory management practice and technologies, to develop a training plan to address and identify skill gaps, and provide ongoing training to keep the team updated on industry-based practice. Number 3, improve communication and collaboration. Evaluate communication channels within the warehouse and with other working unit. Identify areas for improvement in information flow and using the collaboration tools in place for cross-functional teams. Implementing tools that facilitate real-time communication and also data sharing. 4, continuous improvement. Establish a culture of continuous improvement by regularly reviewing and optimizing inventory control process. 5, regulatory compliance. Ensure that the inventory control process comply with relevant regulation. Regularly review and update procedure to meet changing compliance requirement. 6, feedback. Gather feedback from another unit as work team about their experience with current inventory control process. Encourage suggestions for improvement and innovation. The current motivations, number 1, training program through workshop or training by Ministry of Finance. Effective training programs are already in place. Ongoing training programs to enhance the skill and knowledge of the officers. Number 2, career development path. As the functional administrators, the state-owned asset management, it fosters motivation and loyalty. To be implemented is advanced technology adoption or additional technology, to exploration and adoption of technologies for more efficient inventory management and making job easier. To improve motivations, number 1, to adopt technology for inventory management, to streamline inventory management processes and expected impact, enhance efficiency and skill development. Number 2, regular feedback as a teamwork to expected impact to sustain motivation. Number 3, continue training and development. Ensure the continuation and enhancement of effective training programs, expected impact, ongoing skill development, and job satisfaction. By addressing these factors, EFTA can create a motivating work environment for inventory officers, leading to increased job satisfaction, higher productivity, and improved performance. Ongoing action. Number 1, inventory information system. Implementation of an inventory information system that monitors and manages stock efficiently. We have Sakti, an application from Financial Ministry. Number 2, employee training. Regular training programs to enhance the skill and knowledge of officer in inventory management and receiving process. Effective processes for receiving and inspecting items entering the warehouse. Coordination with other working units. Improving coordination with other working units such as procurement to ensure a smooth supply chain. Training, collaborative training, training session between working unit and also training session with Financial Ministry to understand each other's need and enhance cooperation. Periodic monitoring and evaluation processes to ensure that the actions taken remain relevant and effective. Then, pending action to utilization a new technology or additional technology, consideration of the latest technology such as RFID or barcode for real-time inventory tracking, and then in-depth inventory analysis and planning, conducting in-depth inventory analysis to identify trends and improve inventory planning. Action to be taken. 1. Implementation of integrated inventory management system with other organizational system for better coordination. Enhancement security. Enhancement of inventory security using security system through saving data such as anti-malware or saving data in application, additional CCTV surveillance in one room, or additional physical warehouse security. Development of inventory policies, reviewing and developing inventory policies that align with regulation and the organization's need and change in the work environment. Through these actions, it is expected that warehouse inventory officer can manage inventory more efficiently, reduce the risk of shortage or excess inventory, and enhance responsiveness to change in organizational conditions and need. A holistic and integrated approach can help improve the effectiveness and efficiency of inventory management across the entire organization. Ongoing performance. 1. Optimization of operational processes. Evaluate and update warehouse operational processes to enhance efficiency in receiving, storing, and distributing items. 2. Utilization of technology. Ensure the implementation of technologies such as Sakti as inventory information system. 3. Employee training, workshop or training all about state-owned assets management. Continue training programs to improve the skills and knowledge about state-owned assets management. 4. Coordination with other team members as state-owned assets administrators as the part of financial report and also to improve coordination with other working units such as finance or technical team to ensure the smooth operation of the entire supply chain. 5. Involvement in strategic planning. Involve warehouse inventory officer in strategic planning to ensure that inventory goals align with the organization's vision. 6. Periodic assessment. Conduct periodic performance assessments to evaluate the effectiveness of implemented change and identify areas that still require improvement. Areas for improvement. Plan to conduct a deeper analysis of inventory to identify trends and understand consumption patterns. Evaluation of performance monitoring system. Plan to review existing monitoring systems to ensure that measured parameters are appropriate and provide an accurate picture. Technology updates, additional technology. Plan to evaluate the technologies in use and consider updates or consolidation to ensure sophistication and alignment with needs. Actions to enhance performance. Development of specialized skills. Plan to identify specific skills needed in inventory management and provide training or support for the development of this skill. And readiness plan for change. Plan to develop a readiness plan to face change, including additional needs during periods of increased activity or special project. By taking this step, IFDA can improve the efficiency and effectiveness of inventory management, ensure the availability of necessary items, and support the achievement of overall organizational goals, a deep understanding of the specific needs and challenge of warehouse. Ongoing satisfaction about training, workshop, and formal education. Ongoing workshop, training, and development programs for inventory officers as state-owned assets management administrator. Tuition-free school opportunities for employee give impact on satisfaction, positive impact on skill enhancement and career growth. And then employee wellness program, medical check-up, implementation of wellness program to support the health and well-being of warehouse inventory officer. Impact satisfaction is improve overall job satisfaction and productivity. Area improvement to improve communication channel, to enhancing communication channels and transparency in organizational decisions, to building trust and a sense of belonging among employees. Planning to enhance employee satisfaction. Improvement in work environment, initiative to enhance the physical work environment, such as ergonomic improvements, take a 10 minutes break for stretching as a preventive action, and expected impact to improve well-being and job satisfaction. Exploration of flexible work arrangements to accommodate individual needs without breaking the rules, and expected impact to improve work-life balance and satisfactions. And skill enhancement programs to continuing education and skill enhancement programs tailored to the needs of warehouse inventory officer, and expected impact is to increase job satisfaction and confidence. Thank you. And this is all the references. I would like to express my gratitude for your attentiveness during the presentation. Thank you for your time and attention.